today's event, how to get full colour levers designs with UltraColour Heat Transfers. For those of you that have never offered levers designs before, don't worry, because making the most of levers hoodies has never been easier. There will be 1.5 million primary and secondary school students leaving education this year, so that's a lot of opportunity for you to create and sell the levers hoodies. Every textile printer should be connecting to their local school, college, university, and to seize the opportunity in the levers hoodies market. If you've never used heat transfers before, don't worry, we're going to show you just how easy it is to start and grow your business using this printing method. For those of you that do offer levers transfers already to your customers, today is a great opportunity to show you how to increase the value of your products and make them more in demand to customers and just increase your profits in general. So this is an example of one of our UltraColour levers transfers. This is the template that we have available on our website. So you can see it's got the main body of the levers design, the alphabet letters to do the students' initials, the school badge, and all of the neck label information. So you really get great value out of this one transfer sheet. Now, to give you an example on pricing for these levers hoodies, the 100 of these sheets with this template at A3 size works out at around £2.79 per sheet. So that includes the main body as well as all of the additional extras that are going to push the value of your product upwards. If you were to double that to 200 sheets for your order, it would drop to £2.29. And if you were to take it to 500, it would be just £1.99. So there's real cost savings to be having you order more. So depending on the size of the school, the class, the year, you can really make some great margins there. The hoodies that we're using today you can find between £5 and £10 on the market. We've got some just fit ones, but there are plenty available, so it's whatever suits you and your business. And if you're selling these hoodies at around £25 to £30, there's a really good profit margin to be made there. So if you're not already doing levers hoodies, we're going to show you exactly how to get started. For those of you that are new to using heat transfers, they are an easy and affordable way to decorate garments and make a profit for your heat printing business. They're used to get a real soft, thin finish that feels like part of the garment, and they last the same amount as the lifetime of the garment as well, so you have no worries about them coming off or peeling before the user is done with that particular product. And you can also achieve really bright, vibrant colours, which is what we're going to show you today using UltraColour, and also neons and metallic finishes for things like screen printed transfers, which we have an example here. The only equipment that you need to apply these transfers is a heat press. We're going to be using the Hotronix Fusion IQ today, which we'll talk more about in just a second. Each design is printed onto the carrier sheet, which we displayed earlier. So the ink is printed onto this here at Heat Transfers. We're based in Braintree Essex, so everything's manufactured in the UK. And then all you have to do is place this under the heat press onto the garment. For UltraColour is 12 seconds, the screen printed is 10. So not much difference, and they're both really quick ways to add custom designs to your garments. And they also have a very high quality finish. There's no cracking, no fading, and they have stretch and rebound as standard. So just to quickly cover UltraColour transfers, they fuse at 12 seconds, as I just said, at 120 degrees. So real low temperature, energy saving, great way to sort of apply them at a low temperature, which is big for a lot of businesses this year. And a medium pressure, so that's between 4 and 6 on one of these Hotronix presses, which can be adjusted depending on what pattern you're using. If you've got any pillows, pads under there as well, but generally speaking, you medium pressure on whichever heat pressure you're using. There's no need for a second press as well to mention. We had quite a few questions off the back of our last levers event asking if after you've applied the levers transfer and you've peeled it, if you then have to fuse it again. You do not. You do a 5-second pre-press, you apply the transfer for 10 to 12 seconds, and that is it, you are done. The only thing, like we said previously, to mention would be not to wash the transfer for 24 hours after fusing it to make sure that the adhesive can properly bond to the fibres of the garment. But other than that, your work is done after the first pre-press and press of the UltraColour. So really quick, easy way. Regarding placement for the hoodies, just before we do this fuse, I just want to talk quickly about how you place them. So when your garment is on the press, you want to make sure that you place your levers design. If you're going onto the back of the hoodie, it's roughly 10 to 11 centimetres down from the neckline of the hoodie, so that you make sure when the hood's back, it's not covering it too much and it's exactly in the right place there. So, moving on to this Fusion IQ heat press. This is the Hotronix Fusion IQ. It has this swing draw motion technology, so you can either move the press out the way here, or you can pull the swing draw right forwards there. So it creates a great heat-free workspace, which is essential when you're creating things like levers hoodies. So you've got the space and you can see what you're doing. It also has a touchscreen IQ controller, so you can order the recipes for whichever custom heat transfer or heat transfer binder you're using is set into the press already. It also has the twin timers and the pre-press, and you can set separately to the actual transfer fuse, which makes a big difference, not having to change the timers every time. It also has interchangeable buttons. We're not going to be using those today because we don't need them for our levers hoodie designs, but if you were doing things like neck labels or left chest prints or something where you needed to isolate the print area to get accurate pressure of the fuse, it does have interchangeable buttons as well, which is very handy. And one of the biggest things to talk about with Hotronix presses is the overhead center pressure, so to make sure that you get an even press across the entire transfer and you don't have hot and cold patches. So that's something that is very, very important on this press. As well as the threadability, you can see here with the hoodie we've got based on this, it's done very easily. Everything's hanging off the sides there. Garment is completely threaded underneath and it's ready to be fused onto. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. So I've got it set to 120 degrees. I'm just going to do a 5-second pre-press onto the black hoodie. Run this over as well. So I'm going to pull this forward so you can see. Now, from our levers sheet, this is one that we prepared earlier. We've just cut out the main body of the levers design. So we're just going to place that roughly 10 centimetres down from the neckline of the garment using release paper. This just helps to protect the transfer and the heat press when you're fusing really, so that no inks or anything can be sort of moved onto the heat press. And also when your press lifts up off of the garment, it doesn't pull the carrier sheet of the transfer with it, so the release paper helps to sort of keep everything flat so that it doesn't release it too soon and stop lifting the piece off. So let's start that there. And 12 seconds under the heat press. I'm just going to remove this from the press so that it has a chance to cool down, but as you can see, it's applied very well. So we'll just let that cool before we peel it. We always recommend leaving it 1 to 2 minutes before you remove the carrier sheet from your transfer, just so that it doesn't pull the ends away too soon, so the design has a chance to fuse to the garment. Whilst we're waiting for that to cool, have we got any questions so far?
Yes, we just had one question asking if they could learn a bit more about design and placement and tricks or resources for that.
Yes, we do. So for those of you interested in learning more about design and placement, we do have a free ebook download guide available on our website. Make sure to put the link in the comments of this video. Oh, that was already done it, brilliant. So you can go and download that, and then we will also potentially be running a live event. If this is something you guys are interested in, let us know in the comments and we will do a more in-depth look at design and placement for a range of garments, just to give you a bit more of an insight and education on that. So comment below if that's something you'd like to see, and in the meantime you can head over to targettransfers.com and download one of many ebooks, which is design and placement guide. Is there anything else? Is that it? Yeah. Right, so I think this is cooled down almost enough. Yeah, so as you can see, one swift motion, pull the carrier sheet off, as you can see, all on there. And you are left with a full colour levers hoodie. So that took just under 20 seconds for the entire thing. And as you can see, matches our mannequin in the background there, complete full colour. Really, really nice soft thin finish here as well. And the detail of the text. And this is all without weeding as well. So the usual that it takes you to do a levers transfer, where you have to weed out all of these individual names using vinyl, not only can you now use it without weeding, you can get a full colour gradient finish. So you can see here we've gone from pink to blue, and this really will add value to your levers products as well. So yes, UltraColour, and then if you do still want to do the plain black and white, we have also got the 125 screw available, which is also very popular. So dependent on what your customers want and what you want to offer them, we've got everything you're looking for.